Hey, Danny K coming to you live from DKTV, and it is a brand new year. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Hope everybody had a great New Year's Eve and didn't get too drunk and all that stuff. Um, so I'm glad y'all joined, and we're gonna try and answer everybody's questions and kick off your 2015 fitness journey with a bang. And so anybody has any questions whatsoever that they want to start this show off, give it to me. Sounds like Miley or Macy.
Yeah, whoever that is, if you can go ahead and mute your microphone until you get the background noise taken care of.
That's why.
All right, Danny, I'll start with some questions that we had come in when we threw the post up earlier today.
Okay.
I know it seems like everybody gets in this whole New Year's kick, and of course everybody wants to focus on their health and fitness now instead of picking a random day to start. They wait till the new year. But I'm about 25 pounds overweight. Want to tone up. Where do I start? How would you answer that one?
Well, I mean, it definitely, I mean, obviously, if they're 25 pounds overweight, then that means that they're pretty much starting from scratch with their workout. So, what I would say is, one, definitely, I mean, I'm always promoting to at least get one personal training session with with a trainer, so that you can actually, one, have a routine, two, understand the equipment so you don't hurt yourself, but you can always start off, because some people get intimidated by coming into the gym, knowing that they have to lose weight, knowing that they're the new kid on the block or whatever it might be. So one thing that they could do is, just come in and walk on the treadmill, and just kind of, do that for a couple of days, try and get acclimated to the gym itself, the people around, try and see, like, what trainer is, would might be their, good fit for them. I know when I've worked in other gyms, that's what a lot of clients have told me, that, they didn't want a trainer from the get-go, because they wanted to see which trainer, best, had their best interest at heart, could, get along with people, see how they train, all this kind of stuff. So, it's definitely, one, it's your money, it's your fitness journey, so, definitely, take it with, everything, with your own personal interest. Don't just jump into something, don't just jump into that trainer just because he has a trainer shirt. Make sure that that trainer knows what he's doing and is a good fit for you, kind of gels with your personality and stuff like that. So
I like it. And let's kind of just have an open discussion a little bit, because there was a couple questions that came in around the same topic about the whole New Year's and fresh start and everything like that. Why do you think that people, everybody says they post these pictures that the gym's packed on the second day of January, and then 2 weeks later it's empty again? What do you think? Let's go like top three things that you think cause people to fall off of their newfound healthy lifestyle that they've woken up with on January 1st.
One is just not a commitment. Like, they think that they have to do it. They think that, because, it's New Year's, we have to make a resolution, and everybody's resolution is to get fit, so that's what mine should be as well. So, they kind of go into it, half-hearted. Just like, with anything, with any and everything that you need to, like, start doing or stop doing, like smoking or drinking or, whatever. You can't do it just because it's National Smoke Out Day or it's National Fitness Day or whatever it might be. You have to feel it in here. You can't just say, oh yeah, my goal is to, lose weight and get fit. I'm going to join a gym because Mary Sue, my best friend, joined. I mean, if you're going into it half-hearted, then a couple weeks later you're going to fall off. So, I think that's like my main thing, and maybe I've kind of put in a couple of different things in that, but, the main thing is just being half-hearted and not being fully committed here, if it's not what you personally want to do, don't do it because Billy Bob's doing it or the TV is telling you that you need to do it. Do it because you know, and then that way you'll stick to it.
I agree. I think too many people go with what the society trend is at the time, and everybody
Right.
talking about New Year's resolution, and that's not making a full commitment. So, I mean, what advice would you give to somebody to push through that? I mean, anybody can do something for a week. You know, it usually takes 2 weeks, 14 days, whatever you want to say, to make a habit. So how would you, somebody that's on day 10 trying to push through and making it a habit, I mean, what's some things you can throw out there to keep people on track?
You know, one, why did you start? You know, is it that you started because, you know, high blood pressure, you know, high cholesterol, overweight, aches and pains? You know, did someone tell you that you had to lose weight, or do you feel that you have to lose weight? Because another thing, too, if someone told you that you had to do something, again, half-hearted. So if you know, even if somebody told you you have to lose weight and you're like, yeah, you know what, I do, because you need to think, one, why you started, and two, you know, why, what are your motivations? Like, you know, your children, you want to be around for your children, you want to be able to play with your children. You know, sometimes we're so overweight or we have so many aches and pains or whatever that, you know, the kids run around and playing and we can't keep up, you know. So you know, you got to push through. Look at when you're stuck, kind of look at why you started, what were your reasons, what's your motivation, and use that as the plug to get through, you know, to the other side.
I think that's awesome, and you've talked about that a couple times in past shows as well, getting extremely committed to your reason why, not what other people are telling you, not looking at, you know, some other lady down the street, not looking at some other guy down the street and comparing yourself to them. Look in the mirror and get really real with what you want.
Right.
I don't know if you saw Lisa's question just popped up in the chat there, and I think this is a really good one to kind of expand on what we were just talking about. But how do you push through your own fears? You know, you have somebody that's overweight, you know, walking in a gym, that's intimidating because you think that every eye is going to look at you, and, you know, whether they're making jokes, whether they're making fun of you or not, you know, how do you overcome that initial fear?
Well, I mean, quite honestly, when I first stepped in a gym, I was intimidated. You know, I mean, I wasn't that muscular. I mean, I wasn't like completely like this yet, but I was on my way, but I was still intimidated. I still knew my way around the gym, but, you know, when I went to a new gym, it was a bigger gym, and, you know, you had the muscle guys and stuff like that. You know, eventually I got to, well, one, because I had to, because I worked there, so I had to get used to going in. But you know, it is intimidating, or it can be intimidating, you know, because you see, you know, big muscle guy over here and, you know, thin mini over here, you know, in a thong, whatever, and that's really, truly not. People don't wear thongs in gyms, not in this area anyway. We're not in LA, so we also have to think about, you know, what our how do you call it? Not dimensions or criteria or Carroll County and people, what they really truly look like and how they are.
Right.
But I mean, it is intimidating, and whether they're, you know, big muscle guys or thin, you know, good-looking women, or, you know, vice versa, whatever, it's just intimidating because it's brand new. So again, another thing, you know, one, maybe if you do go in with a friend, and then kind of get used to the atmosphere. Two, if you know, get a trainer, you know, then you don't feel like you're being watched, because you're not going to be doing something stupid, because your trainer hopefully is not going to make you doing something stupid. Another thing is, you know, going in and maybe asking the gym for, you know, like a free guest pass, so that if you go in and you kind of get used to the atmosphere or comfortable with the atmosphere, and you're like, I love this atmosphere, you go to another gym, nah, don't like this, all these people over here looked at me, or I felt like I was being looked at, go to this gym, like, wow, this was kind of cool, this was laid back, you know, and more, you know, body frames look like me, so, you know, less intimidating on that end. So, you know, again, it's all about you and your fitness journey, your choices. Don't make anyone else make it for you. You have to feel comfortable. And the only way to get past all of that, the fears, the intimidation or whatever, is you do it. And 9 times out of 10, especially I know in my gym, and a couple people can attest to that's on the call right now, is, we don't have to have a commercial to say that we're a non-judgmental zone. We are a non-judgmental zone, because one thing that's what I bring. I will not tolerate anybody making fun of anybody. And none of my people that are in the gym will be making fun of anybody, because they don't, they're intimidated at one time. You know what I mean? So, try the the free pass to kind of get in with the atmosphere, and 2, with the fears. I mean, the worst thing to fear is fear itself. So, once you get and step through, you'll actually find out that, this wasn't too bad after all. This person over here is dealing with what I'm dealing with. I didn't know that. Wow, and you get to talking to somebody. Wow, they had those same fears or that same, whatever, and then you connect on that level.
Yeah, I think a lot of what you said there it comes down to it being in between your own 2 ears, and a lot of that's in your head.
Yeah,
just
I
like
have a saying: get your mind out of the way. It's true.
I love it. It is true, and I can speak personally from being in your gym a handful of times. I mean, the atmosphere that you provide there is extremely welcoming, and that starts and ends with you, with the personality that you bring, and the atmosphere that you create with people. It's not not to name directly any other bigger gyms that are out there, but it's not that intimidation feel. That you're in there and you're looking at all these machines saying, oh shit, what the hell do I do?
Right.
Like, you can look at the machines and then say, okay, this is what I want to do, and have you there to guide and assist.
Right.
I mean, that's how people end up getting injured and stuff like that. And I've been down the Planet Fitness road where you walk in there and it's like, okay, I'm going to just try all this equipment. Nobody shows you how to use it. So
right.
Let's go ahead and throw it out there. I think, Lisa, I think that answered your question. I know she said one of her biggest fears is a possible failure, which I think that everybody on this planet has a fear of failure. Try to say that 10 times fast.
Fear of failure. Fear of failure. No.
Right. And this is what we've talked about for a couple weeks now. Her question now to follow up is, how do we make a plan that we can achieve? And I think that's a double-edged sword, because it's, how do you make a plan that's realistic but also pushes you?
Right. Well, step by step. So you didn't start running before you started walking. You started actually crawling. And how many times did just because you fell down, did that stop you from grabbing that table and trying to stand up again and trying to walk? I mean, we're gonna hit failures. And that's okay, especially in the gym. I mean, it's good to set a goal, but sometimes we come a little bit shy of that, and then we're like, oh, okay, well, next month this is what I'm going to do. Now I've gotten this far, may have not gotten that far, but I did get further than when I first started. Jeff, what was the second part to that?
How do you make a plan that you can achieve?
So like, just start out small. Like, I'm going to, go in and walk on the treadmill for 15 minutes, and every day I'm going to go in every day, walk on the treadmill for 15 minutes, and use one piece of equipment. You know what I mean? Like, there's no wrong thing about working out except for not doing it, and or doing the exercises wrong to hurt yourself. So, it's your fitness journey, so you have to do what's going to make you feel comfortable enough to get out of the comfort zone, because that's where you're going to see the results, is out of that comfort zone. So start off small. I'm going to walk on the treadmill this first week, for the first couple of days. And then the next couple of days, I'm going to walk on the treadmill, and I'm going to, because you've already been there for a couple of days and you've already scoped around and seen people working on machines, right or wrong, that you've seen them using the machines. And, and you've also kind of gotten maybe a hint of, who you could ask to show you this one piece of equipment, and try that one piece of equipment and then leave. Next day, you come in, you walk on the treadmill, you try another piece of equipment. Now you've got 2 pieces of equipment that you can do, So start off small, and then once you kind of get into that, then you can set the goals of, I'm going to lose 10 pounds this month. And if you only lose 6 pounds that month, hey, you lost 6 pounds. Yeah, you didn't lose the 10, but you lost the 6, and that's 6 less than you had before you even started. So it's just small steps, trying to take yourself out of the comfort zone, but not way too far out of the comfort zone that you're going to purposely fail. Like, you're not going to set yourself up and say, I'm going to lose 20 pounds this month. No, it's not going to work.
Yep.
And if you're looking for realistic goals that weight loss or something like that you don't particularly truly understand, talk to a trainer. Ask a trainer, what is the expected, with proper nutrition and a proper routine, what is the expected weight loss per month? I say 8 to 10.
All right, before we jump to questions from the audience, I want to pull out something that you just said there, and when you were answering that question, I want to make sure that everybody picked up on that and let that resonate a second. You said, get comfortable enough to step out of your comfort zone. And everybody just think about that for a second. A comfort zone is something that you establish yourself, and I think you hit on that pretty good. You got to be comfortable pushing the edges of that comfort zone in order to establish your goals. So, Lisa, that was a great question. Prompted some great discussion there, and I think that everybody feels that. I don't think that a lot of people admit that they feel it.
Right.
But I think that everybody does feel the way that you do. So,
yeah.
Let's open it up. I know we got some people on the call here. Just fire it out, guys. If you have any questions, just fire them out. If you have a lot of background noise going on, just hit the mute button up in the top. It's a little microphone with a line through it. So, what do we got?
Hey, Dani. The question is well, basically, question and statement is, since I've been doing this meal plan with you, I've actually have been documenting the first week on Facebook. And some of the people that have seen it had asked some questions, and if you can give just a little bit of explanation about how you do your meal plan and actually how they can actually get in touch with you regarding it.
Okay. Well, the way I do with your meal plan, this particular meal plan, I definitely, you wanted something kind of strict, so I did you more strict than I would normally do, a meal plan. But so basically, I sit down one-on-one with the person, and one, I do have to get the weight. I've had a couple of clients that say, okay, you can weigh me, but don't tell me what it is. I'm like, well, it's going to be written on the chart. You know what I mean? So it's like, so I get the weight, and then figure out what your daily activities are, what your workout activity level and capabilities are, and then I come up with my caloric intake for you guys, for you, the individual, and then with the weight, I do a percentage of your weight to get your protein grams. And so calories and protein, and everybody asks me, well, what about the carbs? How many carbs? Well, I don't know exactly how many carbs, percentage-wise. I figure out the calories and I figure out the protein grams, and then I make the meal plan according to that. And we do breakfast, breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner. And then I do the calories and the protein out, and then I throw in the good carbs, to that. And then it kind of balances itself out and gets all the calories in. Oh, and how they can contact me is, I think at the end, Jeff always puts my website, which is www.danikgymandwellness, and it's spelled out DANIKGYMANDWELLNESS.com, or on Facebook, Dani K Gym and Wellness on Facebook. So, did that get you, Carrie?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
So, Jeff had to leave us. He's been battling the onset of the flu. So so he had to he's got some sort of coughing or something going on. So anybody else have any questions?
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
What can I do, because I have a hard time getting in all my water?
Okay.
Any hints, any suggestions? I know that it's a certain percentage of your body weight. Is that how it's calculated?
Well, there a lot of different trainers do it a lot of different ways. Me personally, I give you kind of the low end and the high end. So on the
Okay.
high end, it should be an ounce per pound. So, and a lot of times, especially if you're somebody that, is overweight, couple, 20, 30, 50, 60, 70, whatever pounds, it might be a little bit more difficult to get all that water in. So I do
Yes.
a low end. So I say, like a gallon to, whatever. So I take your weight and, I'll do, like say you weigh, I'm just guessing, 250. So not you personally, just you in general. So I
Hmm.
take 250, divide it by 8, which is a glass of water, just one glass, and that comes up to like 31, 32 glasses. So that technically is 2 gallons. A lot of people can't get that in. So I say, okay, so the low end would be 16 glasses, which is 1 gallon. So anywhere between a gallon and 2 gallons, you're going to be hydrating your body, the as it stands. And obviously, as you lose weight, you'll be drinking less water. So and the point is, like, even with my meal plan, the main thing that I do is I set the bar high, so that if I set the bar high and you only reach 80-85% of it, you're going to see those results. But if I put it down to, Charlene, she's going to do this, she's not going to do that, she's not going to do that, so I put it down, then you may only meet me 80-85% of the way there. So
Right.
I want to make you hit a maybe seemingly impossible goal, so that you will put all your efforts into possibly achieving that, and knowing that you probably won't 100% achieve it, or maybe not 100% every single day, you know.
Hmm.
So with that, then you'll still see those results, but you still have a goal, Like if I just say, oh, Charlene, drink water. Well, how much? Oh, just keep drinking. So if I give you a goal, you might look at me like I'm nuts, but if the low end is 16, glasses, for that
Right.
250 individual. So if they're only usually drinking a glass just to get their multivitamins in, and that's it, and then the rest is caffeine all day, well, they're definitely dehydrated. So, if they, come up and get 6 glasses, and then the next day they get 7 or 8 glasses, and the next day they only get 8 glasses, and the next day they get maybe 9 or 10 glasses, they're doing a lot better than before they met me, but they still haven't reached the goal, but they know where they're supposed to try and hit. And that's the whole
Okay.
purpose of everything, is, seeing a goal and trying to achieve it,
Okay.
and just every single day. Like I always tell my clients when I sit down and do a meal plan with them, one of the, with the setting the bar high, if I said, to you, stand up and jump, you would just jump. If I said, try and jump and touch the ceiling, then you know that you would have to give it everything you got. You may not touch the ceiling, but you gave me all that you got. So
Right.
that's kind of what my meal plans, and the water and the calories and the proteins, that's what that does. You give me all you got every single day, and I know and I guarantee you're going to see the results.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Sure. Any other questions? Laurie, you got anything coming? No?
About you said an ounce per pound
Yes.
of water.
Yeah.
I have to drink 125 ounces of water
Right.
a day. That's
Right.
a lot.
Well, and with your situation, it's a little bit different, because your stomach's not as big anymore and stuff like that. So, it just because you don't want to get sick either. I mean, like for me, You know, I'll tell everybody. I actually lost 3 pounds from Christmas because I had to, because I was, but it was all bloatedness because I was drinking diet sodas and stuff, and I wasn't keeping up with my water. So again, I'm human, and I will screw up, and I did some things a little bit over in moderate, a little bit over the moderation point, but it's that little portion of the year, and then what happens is I'm back on track now, and guess what? I lost 3-4 pounds. I'm back down to my 117, 118, and I mean, you know what I mean. So it's not like oh, you can't cheat all like that, not Danny K. Yeah, I'm human, and I cheated a little bit more than I should have, but the point is, I'm human, and I got back on track. So for me, 118, divide that by, I need to have 14 glasses of water in. There's some days where I get it. There's some days where I only get like 10 or 11 glasses. But again, I've got my goal, and I'm definitely, hydrated. Now, I heard another trainer that they said, take half. Like, so whatever your weight is, take half, and that's how much water you should be drinking. I personally don't agree with that, but in the same sense, if you are, and I'm not saying you're overweight, I'm just saying if you're an individual that is so overweight, like that 250 individual that I was, calculating up, that in itself, remember, it was 32 glasses of water, 2 gallons, so I said the low end is 16, so that is half of their body weight in water. So, as long as, I guess a good idea is maybe as long as you get at least half your body weight in water, then, that should be sufficient enough,
Okay.
So, we have any other questions?
A question that was posed to me today, reference your meal plan as well, was if someone likes to eat out a lot, how can they maintain your meal plan if they continue to eat out?
I do it all the time. Every lunch day, I eat out. And so basically every restaurant has, every restaurant that I go to has chicken, and they have vegetables, and they have salads. So it might not be, fancy, lasagna and pasta and, Mary Sue's having this over there. But the fact is, if, we all went out to dinner, you all can eat whatever the hell you want to eat. I, personally, if it's not Saturday cheat day, I'm going to eat, my grilled chicken and my broccoli or my salad, grilled chicken salad, that kind of thing. Even if the girls at work or the guys at work or whatever, they want to go do Chinese. Okay, let them eat the shit, the gooped up egg rolls and deep fried crap and all that. For you could actually just get, the steamed, they have a steamed chicken with mixed vegetables, dinner on their menu. So, so now, guess what? I'm eating my Chinese. Yes, it's not the goopy, gubby, lovely, awesome crap that I would love to be having, but that's, on Saturday I can have that. But on a good day, I'm going to eat my steamed chicken with mixed vegetables, and I can still, eat out and hang out with my friends or family or whatever. So there's smart choices on the menu. And, look, if they don't say that they have grilled chicken and broccoli or grilled chicken, and steamed whatever, then if they have chicken on the menu and they have vegetables on the menu, which 9 times out of 10 every damn restaurant does, you can ask for it that way. I go to Lido a lot in Westminster, and I get 2 grilled chicken breasts and a side of broccoli. I'm eating out, but I'm doing it the right way.
And off of your meal plans, you recommend all real food.
Right.
No prepackaged, no diet pills, nothing
right.
like that. It's all
right.
natural, right?
Yes. All natural foods, foods that you can go to the grocery store and purchase, and everybody in the family can eat. It's not like, Mary Sue's over here with her little boxed portion that tastes like cardboard with marinara sauce on it. And then, everybody else is eating all the delicious foods, and, your mouth is salivating.
So when you make a meal plan, will you adjust it around the foods that people actually like?
Yes, yes. There's no sense in me if nutrition is 85% of how you get your results. So that means you have to eat. So if I tell you that you have to eat, yogurt and I don't know, eggs and, fish, and you don't like that as far as your proteins, if you don't like that, you're not going to eat it, so then that defeats the purpose of, eating properly and getting the nutrition. So, I have to, figure, okay, so you don't like fish? Okay, so do you like chicken? Do you like tuna fish? Some people that don't like fish do like tuna fish, and egg whites, and some people like tofu, and, so there's different ways that, I definitely have to make sure that you like the foods that I'm giving you, or it defeats the whole purpose of what I'm trying to do for you.
Okay.
So that was a
Thank
good
you.
question. Yeah, no, it was a good question. So, anybody else have any other questions?
Yeah, going back to the meal plan.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because we have the foods that we need to eat. And somebody who needs to lose quite a bit of weight, what do you recommend them as to getting, like somebody's going to get tired of eating tuna fish and chicken, same meal, same time for, 6 months, 7 months.
Right.
What do you recommend for that boredom of the same foods?
Well, and I said it I always say it, I said it a couple times on Facebook a little while ago. You want to live to eat, and then, sometimes eat to live. No, you want to eat to live, not live to eat. Saturdays I live to eat. So,
Okay.
So that is my way that I control, eating the same foods every single day, Monday through Friday or Sunday through Friday, then Saturday I get to eat whatever the hell I want. I don't recommend a complete cheat day for every single person. That might not be for you. Maybe a cheat meal,
Right.
maybe a cheat food.
Because it's a trigger.
But yeah. So, and some people, like I'm at a maintenance level, so I can actually do that. But sometimes, people that are trying to lose weight, they actually, they can't just go hog wild on one whole day. But, like I said, if cheesecake, split a cheesecake with your partner or your friend or whatever, and then that way you're cheating a little bit, but you're not going hog wild. And Charlene, live to eat, eat to live, all that stuff.
Right.
So for me, I help you and teach you, substitutions and how to go through certain, things, certain foods, and look for different variations to substitute them. So if you're tired of the chicken and you want to replace it with a protein, either we can talk about, what other proteins are out there, or you can Google list of light proteins,
Okay.
Lean proteins, I mean. And, calorieking.com is a great website to, plug in, let's say, deer meat. I don't eat deer meat, but some people do. Well, what's the comparative, to 4 ounces of chicken to what deer meat? You know what I mean? So, like, and when you do that, you want to substitute, like I said, protein for protein or a carb for a carb, and you want to do it within the calories. So, so through all of that with the meal plan and everything, we discuss that. But I definitely, when I do a meal plan for you, I want you to do it to the T, try as much as you can to the T for, like 2 weeks. So one, it becomes a habit, and you see the portions, your belly sees the portions and feels the portions and all that, and then we can talk substitute. Okay, this food's going to get on my damn nerves, so what can I do to substitute? And how to substitute. You're looking at the calories, replacing a protein with a protein and looking at the calories and making sure that you're not going over your calories. It's not
Dani,
fun. If everybody loved eating the same shit day in and day out, everybody would be thin. But nobody likes doing that. It's hard work. It is. But you have to think about, what do you want,
Right.
I'm sorry,
Think
Carrie.
about. No,
You know what? I just forgot what I was going to say.
Okay, well then, what were you going to say, Charlene? I'm sorry. And then we're going to probably have to wrap it up here after that.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with everything you said, and it makes a lot of sense to me. And I know because I'm looking at long term. I'm not looking at 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Right.
I'm looking at something significantly.
Right.
A
And
change of life.
right,
I
and
mean,
that's
the
what I
way
was
I
just going to say. I've been
right.
doing this for over 23 years. Now, I haven't ate the same damn foods for 23 years every single day. No.
Yeah,
But pretty
that's
much
good to
I
hear.
followed, do what?
I said that's good to hear.
Right. So, pretty much I followed my meal plan in the sense that now I know what portion of protein I need, what proteins I can have, what carbs I can have, when
Okay.
I can do this, when I can do that, when I shouldn't do that, and along with the workouts and stuff like that. But that's the key, lifestyle change. It's not
Okay.
a diet. The first three letters of the word diet is die. You will crash. You will burn.
Okay.
So it's a lifestyle change, to eating healthy and committing to your body to eat healthy, you know.
But anybody
Okay.
that's ever done any of your meal plans know that you don't get hungry. I
Right.
mean, there is more than enough food, so it's not
Exactly.
like one of those starvation diets
Right.
where you think you have to fight to try to be able to eat all the food that's actually on your meal plan.
Right. It's a lot. When you talk about quality of food, you can actually eat a lot more than if it's like shitty quality. If it's great quality, you can actually eat more. Shitty quality, you get bloated and sick feeling, and then you're still hungry. you know.
Hmm.
So if nobody else has any questions, I think we probably should wrap it up. Anybody have any last parting things or words of wisdom?
Nope, that's it.
I'm good.
Nope.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Danny.
Well,
Thanks,
you know,
Danny.
so I thank you guys for joining me. I know, it's probably been, a busy couple of weeks for, the Christmas and the New Year and all that stuff. But, let's think about some of the takeaways that we've gotten from this. Lifestyle change, face your fears head on, and everybody in the gym has felt like you feel at least once. So face your fear, jump into it, and like I said, small steps of everything. So there's a couple of different takeaways that I hope everybody kind of got their own takeaway, because everybody was asking some great questions or whatever. So I encourage you to maybe even possibly review once Jeff gets this rendered and everything, review this and see what other takeaways that you may have missed or whatever. So in parting, I do again want to say thank you guys so much for joining me and taking the time out of your busy schedule. I do appreciate that. If you do want to, contact me, I know I said it a little bit earlier, but my email is dknyKnight@AOL.com, or you can reach me on Dani K Gym and Wellness on Facebook, or my website, DaniKGymandWellness.com, and or on my YouTube. If you go to the search bar and put in DKNY Night, I'll pop up, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll get a lot of good information, good daily tips, and all that good stuff. So I want to once again thank you guys so much, and take care, and hope to see you next week. Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Danny.
Bye. Thank you.
You. Bye.